The jury is in on the EQ head as far as the machining goes. We took it to the professional. He's going to tell you what he found. I know many's been waiting to hear. We'll get started. Just a quick flashback to those who are just joining late. We bought these EQ heads for a 5.2 Magnum. We bought these because they got the LA bolt pattern. We were hoping to take them apart, give them a thumbs up, put them on the engine. We bought them, we took them apart, but I had to give a thumbs down. I'll show you a quick flashback of what we found. The seat where it washed down and I took that apart. Man. Just holding this up, scraping these two intakes to see what I get to fall out of the port. Let's see what fell out. How about that? And look what's still left in there. And now we'll take you down to Lane Automotive and we'll let Anthony tell you the rest of the story. Haven't I heard that before? We're at Lane's Performance Automotive. And we're just dropping out the 440 heads, but we're amongst the winter. You can see all the trophies around. Let's just go for a tour. And a list of them there. Back here with Anthony at Lane Automotive and Performance. He's going to give his professional opinion on what so many of you are wondering about, what the rest of the EQ head will look like after they left us a dirty disaster. Did they do anything else right? He's going to let us know. I'll let Anthony take over and show us what we did.
Well, what we found with everything that after we set it all up, we've actually checked all the seats. This is checking out the seat for centricity. Excellent. All the seats were good.
Cool.
You see they're engaged. The only reason it's moving is because I'm touching it with my finger.
Right. So he's spitting that on the seat, and we're not seeing any variance there. So
Seats are good.
seats are good.
So then what we got is another gauge, and what we're going to do is check the seat, or excuse me, the guides for straightness and clearance. That's the exhaust. It's like about 1819 intake, right about the 1718. So they're straight, they're good also, not an issue there at all.
Cool.
The other thing we did, put a little bit of Dykem on here and just check the and reground these valves, and they came right in. There was no issue with the valve itself at all.
Okay.
Stems, seats, all that was good. And then the last thing we do is we do a vacuum test on them to make sure that they're pulling down vacuum, which indicates that the valve is actually snowing out here on the seat. You can see here on the gauge, right down to nothing, which is great. That's exactly what you want. Both intake and exhaust. So what we found, for the most part, is all the machine work is excellent. Not an issue at all. Didn't see anything there with the machine work, but obviously you had a little bit of an issue with dirt.
So basically, if the heads would have been clean, these would have been a true bolt-on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not saying that performance work couldn't be done to make it perform better, such as porting or maybe more angles on the valve job. But the basic replacement head, EQ did their job on the machine work. They just didn't clean the head. Was that a fair assessment?
That's exactly right. Yes. I mean, everything we see here is excellent. Good machine.
So now you're hearing it and seeing it, not just from me at home on my kitchen table, what you guys normally see, You're hearing it from the professional on professional equipment. That's got to be worth something, shouldn't it? Tip your hat off to Anthony for doing this right down here at Lane Performance. He does it, not me.
This one here, we got this one here all set up. I'll take a look at it.
And these are the Hughes spring kit.
Yep.
So we can run a little bit more lift
With this combination. One last thing we did check was your spring rate. What did you say your lift was?
My lift is going to be around, I think it's about 480.
Okay, your installed pressure was, I believe, 105. Right, 103, 104 right there. And then you said, what was your lift?
480.
480. Just under, it looks like 275.
So we'll have about 275 over the nose.
Yep.
And if you look in here, there's not even close to being coil bind.
No, we're 20 far away from that.
Right. Coil bind, what do you want, about 60 thousandths?
That would be fine. That would match the spring. That's kind of like what we want around. It looks like you got about 160,000 right now in coil bind.
So let me reiterate. So Hughes says that you can run just on a stock Magnum head with about 550 lift with their spring kit. So I'm at 480, and he says there's about well over 100 thousandths left in that. So
160, yep.
about 160. So they were spot on too with what.
Yeah. So now you got a good piece. Other than being a little dirty when I start up,
Right.
you got decent work power, decent equipment goes up.
So yes, the bottom line is you can do a better valve job, you can do port work, you can do things to make them perform better, but the bottom line is their machine work for a bolt-on head to replace an aftermarket. Remember, this is not a performance head. The machine work to put on just the aftermarket head to replace your head on your Magnum if you wanted to, the machine work was absolutely spot on. It was just the dirt, guys, just the grind. I mean, I guess machining's fun, but cleaning up isn't, that's for sure. After weighing the big block, fully assembled head at 50 pounds, this Magnum feels like I need to eat more Wheaties. Let's see what this weighs. $54.6 for a fully assembled Magnum head aftermarket by EQ.